I'm Stacy Tisdale for Howdini.com. Is there really such thing as a magic memory pill or an herbal recall remedy? Well, here to shed some light, Dr. Cynthia Green, psychologist and author of Total Memory Workout. I cannot walk into a grocery store or a vitamin store without seeing some kind of memory supplement. Do they work?
You know, one of the first things I like to tell people when they ask me about these supplements is that a lot of them are touted really as a cure for your memory, and your memory isn't sick and it's not broken. Your memory doesn't need a cure. What your memory needs is a good workout, but it doesn't need to be cured. So really those supplements aren't going to give you that perfect memory in the way that they promise. The other thing is that a lot of these supplements aren't necessarily what they claim to be, and you really have to be a wary consumer when you look at them. The science isn't there behind most of them. They're not really well regulated unless they adhere to some kind of industry standard. You don't really know that what they say is in there is in there. And so I would just be very cautious before taking any of the supplements.
A lot of these came from Eastern cultures, and a lot of Eastern cultures swear by them. And when you look at, especially older people in those cultures, it seems like they do know some secret. So why should we be so weary about them here?
What I like for people to understand is that in those traditions, they are part of a medical practice tradition. So they don't just go in those countries and buy these supplements at the local grocery store. In fact, they're prescribed and they're given at a certain level dosage that is understood by a practitioner who's been trained. And that's not really the way that they're used in this country. The other thing that people do forget, and that you raise is a really good point, is that these are medicines. So they do have an impact. And a lot of times people are not really aware of the impact that they have, or the fact that taking them in combination with other medications, which especially as we grow older, we tend to be taking a lot of other medications, might put you at increased risk for something that you wouldn't otherwise be encountering or be at risk for. So an example is ginkgo biloba.
I know you said there are concerns about bleeding when it comes to the
Right.
ginkgo.
Since people aren't aware that ginkgo is a vasodilator, they might take it in combination with something else that they're taking as a blood thinner. So especially for older adults, many are commonly prescribed medications like Coumadin as a blood thinner. They might also be taking something like a vitamin E or another kind of supplement that also has that kind of vasodilating effect. So it's very important to know what you're taking, know what the mechanism is, and if you're not sure, to ask a lot of questions about it of the pharmacist, of your doctor, so that you can be a careful consumer about what you're taking as a supplement.
Successful aging. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Stacy Tisdale for Howdini.com.